Honorable and esteemed people of the United Kingdom and my dearest friends, the time at present is 1 o'clock after midnight, and the date is 21st of November 2020. And uh, of course, the BBC News is just coming here, and of course, I'm doing a selfie, so I do not know how much it will. Of course, it's showing of what is happening. It's 1 o'clock and it's the 21st of November 2020. And I can try and put this thing on as well and see what happens, so on and so forth. So you can see that it's happening. Anyways, have a lovely weekend. And I thought it's also good to have a word with you guys sometimes from time to time. And because I've done my write up today with some more research, which is so well interconnected by the book, from the books of Martin Short, Stephen Knight, and of course defined in the International Rhodosaurus and the Rhodosaurus itself. But it is most irksome to the Freemason judges, the Freemason police, the Freemason public servants that are into the misuse and abuse of authority, charged by the Parliament's inquiry into the misuse and abuse of Freemasonry, membership, changing their allegiance from law to crime, and the defenders of the law becoming the offenders of the law, embedded in black and white, as you know, in Martin Short and Stephen Knight, which is none of my making. And of course, the books are here, as you can see, and of course, I'm at home, and so that's the way it is. But it's a shame that that these people can even obstruct and do obstruct us from time to time, even my post that I sent to my sons. But it is absolutely disgusting that this should never happen. But the Freemason judges that were in the court, were set up and bribed in the court, which is embedded in black and white in their own actions that have spoken louder than words all along, because the threats they gave me in court were quoted in my public petition to the House of Commons, handwritten, of pages 333, according to the rules of the House of Commons of the United Kingdom, to have a handwritten public petition to the House of Commons. But not just that, they were actually documented and declared and sent to 100 MPs as well. Just before I sent my public petition to the House of Commons, to the Leader of House of Commons, Right Honourable Margaret Beckett, which she actually, the letter was written on the 5th of February 1999, and then later on I sent my public petition to the House of Commons, which I received a letter from Right Honourable Margaret Beckett's principal private secretary, which was Vanessa Scarborough, and nobody can change the name and nobody can deny it, because that letter has been in the hands of the thousands and thousands of people of the United Kingdom, as well as the Manchester University students who have read this case. And what a shame that they gave me the threats: if you do not stoop to our terms and conditions, I was given threats to my sons and myself and whatnot. And they have obstructed the justice for so many years. It's a disgraceful affair. Who can believe this? That the 3 life insurance policies on 3 deaths are not cancelled and the divorce is not declared for 25 years. And people should live and let live. And it's documented and declared in so many videos, which are with yourselves, which are going to live forever. And so on and so forth, whether they are the YouTube ones or they are the iCloud ones, and so on and so forth. But it's very important for me to have a heart-to-heart chat with you. The ways of justice must open up. Democracy, rights, and justice must become alive. You cannot allow this in this era, in this age, that something as dark and devious and outrageous such as this should carry on, when the public petition to the House of Commons is only asking that a valid divorce be declared between my husband and myself, and the 3 life insurance policies on the 3 deaths of my sons and myself should be cancelled, and that my sons should be safely restored to me when my husband is remarried to the other woman for the last 24 years and has another son from the other marriage too, who is 20 years plus. And he has my sons, my adulterous husband, whose affairs were brought into the open in my presence in Wythenshawe Hospital by his own consultant of ENT in Manchester in front of the entire theatre staff and ward staff, which is a stark reality. And he always had a different woman in his life. He didn't know how he'd married me. And it is embedded in black and white in the Parliament's inquiry that they do give the custody to the offending parent, which is on page 12 of Martin Shot Inside the Brotherhood, which is embedded in black and white in these videos. So what can I say? But you have to, you have to keep trying. And also it is not only it has to be brought to the public eye, but there are many members of the public who actually stand for the rights of the people and even will themselves write to the House of Commons. And I implore on all of you to write to the House of Commons to do justice on this case, because anyone can be the next victim in a hierarchy of Freemasonry where the richer whites are better off than the poorer whites, and the whites are better off than the non-whites, but the non-whites are mistreated to the utmost. I mean, I have a master's in philosophy, a bachelor of law, bachelor of mass communication media, the daughter of the very first professor of Punjabi literature in the whole world with 49 PhD doctorates under him. And there you can see my father as well as my sons, these portraits which are in the background in the house, so on and so forth. And yourselves know a lot about it. There is a limit to something and the truth never changes. It's such a shame that this should carry on at all and it should ever happen to anyone. People must live and let live, and that's the crux of the matter. So I thought I must share it with yourselves. And of course, I wish you all well, and I'm very glad that there have been 3 vaccines now have been, of course, today is the 21st of November 2020, and the time is now 1 o'clock, and after midnight, of course, 1:07, which is AM. So that's the way it is, and that the TV is carrying on, and it's the BBC that is coming. You can see over there, and the time on it is as well 1:07, and so on and so forth. So my darlings, I'm very hopeful that the world will go back to normal and the vaccinations will work, and people will live and let others live, and it will become a good place once again, so on and so forth. So the goodwill of the people does make all the difference. And Politics of the Judiciary by J.G. Griffiths is saying that there are people who stand for each other to make the democracy, rights, and justice alive, and they make it their business to ensure that any authorities that misuse the positions of power are kept within their proper limits of the law. If they break the laws of the land, they should not be allowed, because everyone has the right to live and live with freedom from wrong, and no one should do wrong to anyone. And Freemasons only do the detriment to the non-Masons, which is on page 119, sorry, beg your pardon, 119 of Stephen Knight's The Brotherhood. It's all unmasked, and I only do everything by the book, as yourselves know about it. So that is the utmost important thing. It's none of my making, As I say, even if I wasn't born or I never came to the United Kingdom, it was all happening. So that's the way it is. People should live and let live. Anyways, have a wonderful weekend. Have a great weekend. And I shall speak to yourselves again. God bless you all. God bless you all. Take great care and make sure, make the videos viral, and also send them to the House of Commons MPs, to the Prime Minister and to the leader of the opposition, and confront them. They're always saying they're not racist, but isn't it racism if they can't even declare a valid divorce, where 10 judges were set up and bribed and they never did it, and the Parliament is supreme, which is in the politics of the judiciary as well, and it says that the judges are also under the throne, and they owe their allegiance to the law and to the concept of public interest, which is in politics of the judiciary, which says quite clearly that you see the people's interest or the public good and public interest, which are involved in this case. And that's how it's not an individual case, it's a public case, because there are 3 criteria of any case being public case, which is an individual case becoming a public case, the first criteria is that if any authorities encroach on an individual case, which is British law I'm quoting to you, it automatically becomes a public case. And if there are any criterias in a public case with which the public at large gets affected, such as bogus court orders and bogus court welfare reports, which were made without court directions to possess my children illegally through the legal system further, it automatically becomes a public case. And the third criteria, you see that if there is if there's anything of public interest, then also it becomes a public case. So it has all the three criteria. It is a public case. The public gets affected and they have encroached on this case. And what is Freemasonry? It's only imposition and encroachment and illegal intrusion, and it's illicit business and it's illegal commerce and it's insider trading, which is all none of my making. Again, it's on page 187 of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood. Beg your pardon, 185 page on Martin Short's book, that it is insider trading is the other name of Freemasonry. And in 356 in the International Rogers Thesaurus, it's defined as illicit business, and illicit business is prostitution and pimping. No wonder I've been told that you've been anesthetized and gang raped, and that it is illegal commerce and it is black market, it's mafia, and it is organized crime and whatnot. So what a shame. And then they amalgamate and combine your friends, neighbors, and family into it, which is all being unmasked in these books as well as in every Rogers Thesaurus and International Rogers Thesaurus. Go to any dictionary and any thesaurus, so on and so forth. So the misuse of authority should stop, and the ways of justice should open. People must live and let others live. So as I was quoting to you from the book of Politics of the Judiciary, which says that even the judges are under the throne, and they owe their allegiance to populace at large, which is that sectionalism or having a party or partyism is illegal and criminal. And of course, Freemasonry is an unlawful society with an unlawful oath. Again, in Parliament's inquiry in the book of Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood, that is on page 187, along with that it's a hierarchy, and that's how the white lodges are supreme and the black and Asian lodges are subservient, and that's how the institutional racism carries on, which it shouldn't, but there has been a hue and cry all over the world about it. So what a shame. These things shouldn't happen at all. And, people must live and let others live. That is the heart of the matter. That's the beginning, that's the middle, and that's the end of it, isn't it? So on and so forth. And of course, most of people are into goodwill. So that's what I was saying, that in Politics of the Judiciary, it says that there are people within the society that make it their own business to ensure that public good and public interest come first, and that no public authorities can misuse their authority and become illegal and criminal and immoral and do any wrongs to anyone in the society, because anyone can be the next victim. So I hope that you people will make the videos viral, and you will also make sure that the 3 life insurance policies are cancelled, the divorce is declared, and my children, I don't have my sons for the last 25 years in my life. Everyone deserves the love of their mother, and it is the most important thing to have the love of your family, so on and so forth. That's what it's all about. What is the law? Law is to safeguard the rights of the common man of Britain. And if people can't do that, then what is the leadership? What is a government? Is it a misgovernment? That's what it is. Freemasonry is misgovernment, and it is misaction, and it is counteraction, and it is shame. It is falsification of truth and denial of truth and laxity of even authority, which is, again, you can go to the International Rogers Thesaurus to find insider trading, illicit business in 674. You can look at it. It's all there. None of my making, which is black power, and it is fraudulent vote, and it is smear campaign of opposition to the law, and it is splinter group in 609 in the International Rogers Thesaurus, and so on and so forth. And it's all there. And it even goes to the extent of unmasking in 788 in the Rogers Thesaurus itself, which is the top thesaurus, that it is break into the home and then gang rape and embezzlement of the rights of the people and act of theft and everything, and that it is fraudulent conversion, because when its secret influence is in 178, the corrupt influence of Freemasonry, which is in Martin Short Inside the Brotherhood in page 15 and page 17 in the author's note, the Parliament's inquiry, which is saying that it's secret influence, which is in 178 in the Rogers Thesaurus, and it says hypnotize there. And it says to change into something different, to transform, which is to put the cart before the horse, which is to deform the victim's character by anesthetizing and gaping and hypnotizing. So what a shame it is. None of my making. It's all there. It's all by the book. So on and so forth. And if nobody told me, I would never even know that these things can ever happen, or you can't even dream of them. So it is common knowledge, and it should never happen to anyone. Anyways, what can I do and say? But of course, I have great faith that there are many good people and courageous people and lovely people who will live up to their goodness, and who will bring democracy, rights, and justice, and who they will bring justice to this case as well. So on and so forth. Anyways, I'll leave it in your good hands. So make sure that you write to the Prime Minister and also write to the Leader of the Opposition to live up to their words that they are not into racism, they are into equality, they are into democracy, rights, and justice. They want to stand for public good and public interest, and not otherwise. Only actions speak louder than words. Otherwise, it's nothing at all. Anyways, God bless you guys with all his might, and take great care. All my love and best wishes, and I'll speak to yourselves again. Bye-bye, darlings, and have a wonderful weekend. Of course, it's Saturday, early hours, just after midnight at the moment. So that's the way it is. God bless you guys. Bye-bye, darlings. Bye. Bye-bye.